Oh, man, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Yes, sir. Brighter day. We got the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church, Nashville, Tennessee, the one and only Bishop Joseph Walker. Good morning.
Good morning, Ricky, and good morning to everybody. Wow, it's going to be a brighter day, my friend. Let me tell you, I know without a doubt in my mind, the scripture says in Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to those who love God and who are called according to his purpose. And when you know that, you don't allow the little things to frustrate you because you recognize no matter what happens, if God allowed it, it was never designed to destroy you. It was designed to develop you. And sometimes we get frustrated over stuff we can't control, but you got to trust God to know that, listen, you got to still say, God, in the midst of whatever's happening, it's still going to be a blessed day because I know if you in control, it's all going to work together for my good. I was flying the other day, and I saw somebody get so frustrated. We were at the gate, and the flight was delayed. And I saw this person just fussing and yelling at the gate agent as if though the gate agent could do something about it. The flight was delayed, and I sat there and thought to myself, sometimes you got to thank God for divine delays because you don't know what could have happened had we taken off at the time in which we thought we need to take off. Sometimes God will delay you because he's protecting you from something. When we finally got on that plane about 45 minutes after the time we were supposed to depart, and when we finally took off, that pilot said something I want to tell you. He said, ladies and gentlemen, we're sorry for the delay, but we're going to make up the time in the air. See, it doesn't even matter what time you started in life. It doesn't matter what setbacks you had. If you trust God, he's going to make sure he makes the time up so you'll still get to your destination on time. May not come when you want him, but you'll sure be glad when he shows up on time.
Hey, Bishop, that's a good word right there. And sometimes you'll get to the gate early. Sometimes you'll get there real early. And then, Bishop, the devil come back in because they don't have no gate agents down there to bring the plane in and bring the ramp to the plane, so you have to sit on the plane about it. I'm just joking, Bishop. Bishop Walker.
No matter what.
Right. Bishop Walker, love you, man. And I always appreciate you jumping on with us every Monday morning. Let everybody know how you can be reached and how everybody can find your books and your sermons.
Hey, I want y'all to check me out on YouTube at Mount Zion Nashville and follow me. Follow me on Instagram at Joseph Walker 3. That's Joseph Walker, the number 3. And let me know you were listening to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
There it is. All right, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Bishop Joseph Walker, the senior pastor of Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church, Nashville, Tennessee. Hey, love you, Bishop. Appreciate you, man.
Love you too, sir.
Yes, sir. Here's Donald Lawrence.
News headlines,
Entertainment.
sports.
It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, 28 before the top of the hour. Y'all got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. The Reverend Dr. Cecil L. Chip Murray, an influential pastor and civil rights leader, has died. He was 94 years old and died of natural causes, according to his son, Drew Murray. Born in Lakeland, Florida in 1929, Murray spent 27 years as the pastor of the First African Methodist Episcopal Church in Los Angeles, which grew to 18,000 members. Now, in 1992, Murray emerged as a calming presence during the Rodney King riots and was a frequent guest on national television news shows. He used his connections with the city's political and business leaders to raise money for recovery efforts, including loans for businesses and assistance for people displaced by the violence. In other news, if your dream of winning the lottery was one that existed a couple of days ago, too bad. Unless you're from Portland, Oregon, that's where the winning Powerball jackpot ticket was sold, $1.326 billion. The winner will have the option to cash out at $621 million, according to the lottery. Lastly, and after months of anticipation, the solar eclipse will finally be here today. In the U.S., a total solar eclipse will be visible to those in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Now, that partial eclipse will begin at 12:20 p.m. in Dallas. Then from 1:40 p.m. to 1:44 p.m., the eclipse will reach totality, so total darkness. I'm Maria Moore.
Y'all decided what y'all going to steal yet?
Ain't nobody see nothing.
you seen? Nothing.
I'm Maria Moore, and that's what's happening in news. For updates and more headlines, visit RickySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what you got in sports?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have an NCAA women's champion, and they go by the name of South Carolina. Third title under Dawn Staley, man. He completes a perfect season. They was 109-3 since 2021-2022 season. All 5 starters was drafted last season to the WNBA, so that means Dawn Staley had to reload, and she had a new 5 starters this year and went and won the whole doggone thing. She's one of the greatest of all time, but she also wanted to put some respect on Iowa's Caitlin Clark's name.
And I want to personally thank Caitlin Clark for lifting up our sport. She carried a heavy load for our sport. Caitlin Clark, if you're out there, you are one of the GOATs of our games, and we appreciate you.
Respect,
man,
right
I
there.
swear. But what made me mad, Super Dave, Rotti, ESPN, not ESPN, CNN, and other networks, they act like South Carolina to win because they said South Carolina won in the headline, but they got a picture of Caitlin Clark. But you ain't show the girls who won.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It made me mad.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, and Caitlin Clark even came out and said, listen, I appreciate all the respect. I appreciate all the stories and everything about me and my career here. But let me just give some props to South Carolina. So she actually gave crazy props back to South Carolina and the whole team, man. So respect what it is. So the men's championship is going down tonight. Purdue versus UConn. The 2 big men going down head to head. So get ready to watch that. It's going down real big. That's my quick sports report. And next up, we got Rotti's joke of the day, Rick Dog.
No, sir.
Let's get it there, pimpin'.
No, sir.
It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
John Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, oh my God, Rock T's joke of the day. Here we go. Joke of the day. Joke of the day. Joke of the day. All right, about that time, Rock T's joke of the day. Go ahead, Rock.
Yes. Practice makes perfect, but if nobody's perfect, why practice? Come on, Rick. Come on, Rick. Let that thing sit on you, dog.
He said practice make perfect.
Yeah. But if nobody's perfect, why practice?
Right. I mean, it ain't necessarily a joke, but it's a good point.
Yes, sir.
Maria, what are your thoughts? That's pretty
have
deep.
No thoughts. I have zero thoughts.
Come on,
that.
Brett.
No.
Tat.
Brett.
No.
But y'all forget about the joke for a minute. The joke ain't gonna be funny, but that's deep. So why practice, Brett? Why? Why?
Because ain't nobody perfect.
That's the joke.
That's what I just said. But it ain't funny.
Oh,
Wow.
Gary.
Rotti, I thought it was beautiful. It made me chuckle. And it also made me think.
Capital G, capital A, capital O, capital T. BICTH.
Job. J-O-B.
It's time for Gary's Word of the Week.
All right, y'all, this time. It's time for Word of the Week with Gary with the T. Gary, what you got this morning?
All right, Ricky, this word is a nice long word, and I'm going to do my best to pronounce it. So, y'all ready? Here it goes. Now, the word today is vociferously.
What?
For us.
Yeah.
Vociferous.
Vociferously.
No, you got to say it all together.
Oh. Vociferous.
Nope.
Damn it.
Gary.
You got to
See
speak
how
it.
long that damn word is?
But why would we do a word for the day and you can't pronounce the word? Why? What's the point of this whole segment?
You got it. Just make it all blend. Make all the syllables blend together.
Vociferous. Damn it. Wait.
Your damn teeth too big.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Wait on who? You don't want to pronounce the word? What do you mean wait?
Vociferous. Damn it, y'all.
You couldn't practice it while we was in a commercial break?
I tried to practice it. Hell.
Slow down. Go ahead, dog.
Vociferously. VOSIHFO.
It ain't no H.
That's the phonetic spelling.
Well, we ain't gonna ever get to do a Rickey Smiley Morning Show cruise like this. Tom
Ricky,
Jones
I'm
would have
trying to
said it perfectly.
VOCIFEROUSLY. How the hell is spelled?
How do you pronounce it, though? Pronounce it. It's your segment. You the one say you wanted to expand black people's vocabulary, so say the word.
Whoever chose this damn word, first of all, it's too damn long, number one.
It don't matter. It don't matter. That's the whole purpose of the thing, is to expand the vocabulary. We already know the words that we already know. We trying to learn new words to expand the vocabulary, but you can't say the word. You could have practiced. You got the information on yesterday. Come on, Gary.
Go ahead.
You're
Gary.
doing a good job.
It's spelled VOCI.
We already know what it's spelled. We want to know how to pronounce it. And use it in a sentence.
Stop asking me all these questions.
Just using it as a sentence.
Try it in a sentence.
Use it in a sentence.
While at Disney World, a terrified Gary with the T
All right, y'all. That's your word for the day. We tried again, so we'll try again next week. Boy, you should have did a Black Tony this morning, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, in the goddamn refrigerator, eating up all the food, all the chicken, all the pig feet. You ate my dinner, my mashed potatoes, that good old gravy I like, and them biscuits I can sop that gravy in. You ate all that up. You drink up all the milk. Don't care what kind of milk it is. You don't care. 2%, 3% buttermilk, patent milk, polar cow in the patent milk can. I bet you eat that too. What's wrong with you? I'm hiding my grapes. You gonna eat up all my grapes.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Everybody's excited and congratulating former CNN personality Don Lemon. If y'all haven't heard the wonderful news, Don Lemon and his beautiful husband Tim Malone tied the knot on this weekend, y'all. They're saying after being together for nearly 7.5 years, Don Lemon and her husband tied the knot, honey. Now they're saying, y'all, that the couple hired out the entire bottom floor of Ralph Lauren's Polo Bar, y'all, in Manhattan, honey, and they had their, I guess, their celebratory time. Now they're saying some of the people that was at the wedding, Joy Behar, y'all know from The View, she was there. Clive Davis was there. Matt Lauer was there. They're saying Sex and the City creator Darren Star was there. Miss Tamron Hall was there. Alec and his beautiful wife Hilaria Baldwin was there, and amongst other guests. But a lot of people were wondering, y'all, where were all the other blacks that got white husbands and wives? Why they weren't there? Like in particular, where was Robin and her wife, honey? Where were they? Where was Wanda Sykes and her wife? Where was RuPaul and her husband? Where was Raven Simone and her wife? And some of the other people, they were like wondering, where were they?
Everybody
because you know
wasn't
this
invited.
But where was Oprah and Gail, Ricky? That's the real tea, honey. People know where was Oprah and Gail. Now, I know they was invited, honey. People are really concerned about why all these people weren't at this wedding, or they didn't name them first out of all the people today. Because you know, Oprah and Gail name always come first when there's some a wedding or some kind of event there. So people just wondered, did Dawn not invite them, or they just didn't get their names, honey, out in the press? So. But it looked like it was a happy wedding. Dawn is only 58 years old and her husband is 40. He's a real estate broker or whatever.
Oh,
so,
wow.
I mean, another rich white queen get a rich black guy, honey, with all the money. Because a real estate broker, I know she got money, but she ain't got that much. She ain't got Dawn Lemon money. But anyway, that's neither here nor
Well, maybe they married for love, Gary.
Well, we ain't married for no love, honey. If you gonna marry somebody, you better marry somebody, honey.
For money.
For money, honey.
Okay.
Because them Kardashians ain't messing with no Negroes broke.
Okay.
Okay. So
And we're
there you-
following the Kardashians' lead.
We
Is that what
gonna
we're
follow
doing?
their lead. That's right, honey. If you're gonna marry somebody with some money. So don't get nobody, honey, that you gotta take care of, honey, because we've been doing that all your life. But anyway, congratulations, honey. We love Dawn, honey, and congratulations to him, honey, because everybody deserves love, and no better than Dawn and her husband. All right, moving on. In other celebrity news, y'all, Oprah is speaking out. Speaking of Oprah, y'all, Oprah is letting the world know, y'all, what she does, honey, to keep her man, honey, nice and happy. Now, Oprah let the world know, y'all, one thing that she definitely does that's romantic, honey, very romantic that she does for her husband, her man, Stan McGrath. She said, baby, she makes him some good hot water cornbread.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she said, baby, every time I do, she said, baby, it's like the most romantic thing I've ever done. She told People magazine, honey, she said the way, honey, to Stan McGrath's heart is definitely through his stomach. And she said, baby, she make the best hot water water cornbread that a man could ever eat. Ricky, y'all ever eaten that? Oh,
I make hot water cornbread. I make hot water cornbread all the time, and ain't nothing like some good buttermilk cornbread. And then you do just like a hint of sugar, and then you do the buttermilk and get your eggs, and you put just a tap of vanilla flavor. Just a tap, just not even a what's the smallest spoon, not the tablespoon, teaspoon, just a tap of vanilla flavor. Just a smidge of vanilla flavor in that cornbread and get it. Get that cornbread in a hot cast iron skillet, pour that grease back in that cornbread mix, whip it up, and then pour it back in the skillet while it's hot where that edge can crust. And then take your onion, half an onion, and chop the onions up real fine. And then mix it in the cornbread mix. That's going to give it flavor or whatever. So if you want, I make some good-ass cornbread now. Oh, yeah, my cornbread is on point. Yeah.
We didn't grow up eating hot water cornbread.
Man, a lot of chicks done spent the night after I made some cornbread over the years. Cornbread get them. Cornbread make them lay down and don't want to go home.
Tastes like cake.
Not really cake. You don't even make it that sweet. It's just good. Next time you and Crystal come over, I'll make y'all some good. Remind me to make some good damn buttermilk cornbread with some some small onions diced off in there.
But every time you make dressing, you made that for us. We had that.
Brett, every time you make dressing, when you make the damn dressing, you could have the onions in the cornbread mix, and then you always eat you a piece. You can't stop eating it. You eat all the cornbread trying to make the damn dressing because it got the onions cut up in there. It tastes so damn good.
What?
I got you on that, brother.
Well, congratulations to Oprah, honey, and her hot water cornbread for Stedman, and that's good because he's been with her now for about, 40, 50 years now, so I guess it's the hot water cornbread that keeps him there. Wait till a man is through his stomach, so congratulations. All right, the Kahlua today, honey, is one of my favorite Kahlua. Y'all know the eclipse is on its way, y'all, so the Kahlua is one of the most, they're saying when you wear these colors, you're definitely going to be a part of the eclipse because this is the color you should wear. So the Kahlua today, y'all, is red and green. On the high end, you say red and green, and on the low end, you say, on the high end, you say eclipse, and on the low end, you say red and green, because didn't they say, the producer, that we got to wear red and green for the,
Yes, red and green show up better in your pictures today, so when you're taking your eclipse pictures.
Y'all give it up for Gary with a T.
You're right.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. I got the wake-up calls. Get at me, 866-9-RICKEY. Here we go.
Wake up. It's time to get yourself together.
All right.
Woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so it would be better.
Let's go.
Wake up, encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, wanna know what you calling from, so come on and tell us. Just wake up.
My name is Felicia Cowell from Concord, North Carolina. I was calling to wake up my son Tyrese. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hello, my name is Sinead Robinson. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I'm calling to wake up my husband and our kids. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Good morning. This is Sheila Dewey calling from New Roads, Louisiana, calling to wish myself a happy birthday. I'm up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hey, this is Nia Kai calling from Cleveland. I'm here with the wake-up call to tell my mama good morning. Shout out to my brother. Shout out to all my family. Good morning, Cleveland. Y'all have a good day.
On your radio. It's a whole gang of cities tuned in, lock in. What's yours? Because we gon' let them know. Say Gainesville, wake up. Meridian, wake up. And Greenwood, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. When you at Dallas, wake up. In Chicago, wake up. ATL, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
All right, y'all, the savings being brought to you by.
Smooth skin starts with Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash. Try Olay Body Wash with hyaluronic and powerful complex of vitamin B3. See the difference with Olay.
Last week we had an opportunity to participate in the Disney Dreamers Academy. And listen, I want to give a huge thank you to the entire team at Disney, especially Savon, Jane, Kelly, Jose, Liza, and Thomas for all of their help putting together this phenomenal event. This was their 17th annual year of the Academy, and it was life-changing for these young people. I'm telling you, I had a ball. Brett.
And you know what, Ricky? What's great is these students get to do some really cool things, from meeting celebrities to career workshops, networking, and enjoying Disney World, Walt Disney World. I encourage any high school student who has a dream to apply for this program. I had the honor of meeting several of the Academy's kids, and this is such a great program. The students left yesterday feeling empowered and knowing that anything is possible.
Yeah, Maria, I know you had a lot of big moments. I already know what you're going to say. What was one of your favorite, most inspiring moments with the whole event at Disney?
Well, of course, Dr. Janetta Cole. I mean, that was absolutely magical. But, one thing that really inspired me as well is we see princesses in the parks, but there were also so many Disney princesses behind the scenes. And it was so encouraging and inspiring to me to see so many Black female executives and VPs who work at Disney. A lot of people don't know that they are very intentional about diversity in their leadership. So I thought that was really beautiful.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
And, what really got me excited, other than the rides and, of course, being at Disney World, is one of the funnest places on earth. But when Mickey Mouse came down as a drum major, and he had the HBCU band marching behind him, and Donald and Goofy and all of them was dressed up in their HBCU band attire, and everybody that was watching them was just like cheering them on, and that was a beautiful scene for me as well, man. I love that.
Gary, what did you enjoy?
Saturday morning I was part of the image panel, and it kind of brought tears to my eyes just listening to these people tell kids, about image and the way you present yourself, like for work and what have you and stuff. It was really touching, and the guys that presented the panel, they were really good as well too, and they did a style show for the kids. They started them off talking about from where they came from, because one of the girls was from DeSoto, Texas, and they had her on the panel and what have you, and it was just really touching. It was really good, but the whole situation, the whole weekend was just really a good weekend, so I enjoyed all of it. Me and Roxy was part of a panel one day too, so which was really interesting as well.
Special K, Brent.
Man, I didn't get to stay for the panels. I had to leave early, but I enjoyed us just hanging out at the park and getting to be kids again and ride on a bunch of rides.
It's really magical.
Like it was really fun.
It's you could go to Disney without kids.
You got to forget about all your grown folk problems.
Yeah, because my friend show did. Lord.
And just have a good time.
Yeah.
Brent, I know you're going to be taking True Legend and excited about being a part of this program with Dreamers Academy.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to take him, and I can't wait to put him on the teacup where Gary screamed on. And I can't wait to just, let him meet some of the dreamers from the Academy to get inspired by them.
Beyonce, you got everything that you could get out of looking at you according to your Facebook page. What are your thoughts?
First of all, my kids had the most phenomenal time. I need my own just so I can go back and enjoy it as an adult, because people think that you can't go to Disney as an adult. But the Dreamers Academy itself, 7, my 4-year-old, just him seeing all the kids participate. You know what he said to me yesterday? He said, "Mommy, I want to be able to go to the Disney Dreamers Academy to see all these young people, to see them excited to meeting other high school students from around the country. These kids are going to Harvard and Princeton. They make me feel like I'm not doing enough with my life." And just to see them come together in one room and just all of the energy and ideas and innovative thoughts that they have is just phenomenal. And just, shout out to Disney for putting it together and just, motivating these kids and giving them the resources that they need to do the great things that they have.
It really makes you feel confident about the future, our future leaders. Because you're like, these young people are going to lead us. Yeah.
Absolutely. If you want to get your teen involved, they can apply at DisneyDreamersAcademy.com. That's DisneyDreamersAcademy.com. Coming up, John Lyon has the chicken and waffle mix. Up next, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Let's see who's calling. Y'all already know who's calling. I already know who's calling. I hate to start this Monday off like this. Where you at, Black Tony? Come on, man.
Hello.
What's that noise?
Shut up, man. I'm so sleepy right now. I had to pick up the phone. Shut.
Hey, Black Tony. Let me
explain to you what happened for anybody.
But go ahead, man.
Look, Shotty, for anybody start judging me, because I get tired of folks judging me and calling me names and talking about I'm trifling and all that kind of stuff. I ain't got no feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a human being. So anyway, Shawty, if anybody didn't know, y'all went to Disney World in Florida last week, right? Now, for anybody who didn't know, before you started judging me and being judgmental, I tried to come to the Disney World thing with y'all. I made an honest mistake, because I'm human.
What kind of mistake you made, Black Tony?
I went to Disney World in California by mistake, and y'all wasn't there. So what I had to do, and I just need people to show me some passion. What I had to do, I had to get back to Atlanta from out there in Disney World, because I just want y'all to know, people who listening, Rickey Smiley, Brett, Gary, the team, Maria, Brent, none of them folks sent me no money to get me a plane ticket to come back to Atlanta. So guess what I had to do, Shawty?
That ain't our responsibility.
Listen, Shawty, I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me, because I'm a grown man, Shawty. And let me tell you what I had to do, Rock T.
What'd you have to do?
You laughing and sniggling and giggling. Let me tell you what I had to do, Shawty. I had to get back so I could try to come to work today. But I just got back.
Yeah, but you knew about this. You know about this trip in Orlando for months. I don't know why you went to Disneyland in California.
Shawty, listen. I had to ride bird scooters.
You had to what?
All the way back.
I rode bird scooters.
Yeah.
You rode a bird scooter all the way back?
Not the same one. I had every time I got to another city, I switched off to another. I've been riding since I left Friday evening, and I just pulled up in Atlanta.
Hey, so what it feel like riding a bird scooter from California all the way back to Atlanta?
My knees hurt. Because I've been standing up for 4 days.
So right now you sitting down?
I'm sitting down now. I just pulled up like about 15 minutes ago. I just pulled up at my grandma's house. And my knees hurt, my ankles swole up, and my hands tired from holding on to the handlebar. I don't know if you ever rode a bird scooter from California to Atlanta.
No, we rode a bird scooter from California. So was you on the highway or was you taking back roads?
I was on the highway. I was taking back roads. I was in the woods. I was everywhere.
Yeah, them things go about 13 to 15 miles an hour, so that took a
It was
long time.
raining. It was raining, then it got dark. I was scared. I got chased. I got chased by a possum in Louisiana. Yo, for real, a possum chased me for about 12 miles in Louisiana.
Oh, Tony, that's so sad.
And he kept getting closer. My nerve got back. I thought he was gonna catch me. And then I hit a deer.
The possum, they got some sharp teeth.
I hit a deer in Alabama, but he was real little, so I didn't crash. It might have been a dog. I don't know. I just been through a lot.
Hey, Black Tony, we're going to give you some grace. Take the rest of the day off, but you promise you coming tomorrow, man.
I'm good for the day.
Yeah, you good for the day, but you promise you coming tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm good for the day. Hell, I'll be there tomorrow. I'm going to
All right.
Spell us.
U.S.E.
Huh?
U.S.
Now spell age.
Age.
Yeah, like your age.
A-G-A-Y.
Age, like your age. Like how old you are, your age.
Oh, I'm 63.
No, spell age.
E-G-I-H-T.
Age, like your age.
63?
No.
S-I-X.
Spell age.
A-D-D-R-E-S-S.
Age, like A-G-E.
Okay, I just spelled that 2 times.
No, spell age.
Age. A-G-E-S-E.
All right, now spell us.
U.S.
Now spell age.
A-G-E.
That's it.
Okay.
Now put them two words together, what it spell?
Us age.
You said who?
Us age.
So U.S. spell?
Us age.
No, U.S. spell?
My name, first of all.
No, spell us.
U.S.
Spell age.
A-G-E.
Now put them together, what it spell?
Us age.
Crackhead spelling bee. Usage.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. You know, it was a saying that went, children learn what they live, y'all. Have y'all heard that before, that children learn what they live? Well, if you haven't, people are talking about, honey, yes, it's true. It's being reported, y'all, that over the weekend, Kamora Lee Simmons and Russell Simmons' beautiful 21-year-old daughter, Miss Oki Lee Simmons, honey, this girl was clocked, y'all, by the paparazzi, honey, on a secluded beach out back in St. Bart's, sharing a steamy kiss, y'all, with a wonderful millionaire man, 65 years old, honey. Now, they're saying, y'all, that she was with the wonderful Italian businessman, Mr. Vittorio Assaf. And they're saying, you know, people were like, why is Kamora them upset and being mad? I mean, they let that girl live her life. She's 21. This man is 65 years old. I mean, they definitely have a lot in common. They both were rich and what have you. And they're saying, hell, Kamora met Russell. Hell, Russell met Kamora at least when she was 18. He was almost 50. So they're saying, why can't she have this 65-year-old man? What's wrong with that? Is there anything wrong with that? I mean, Ricky, all
Sometimes
y'all that
they
have
want
daughters or
somebody
whatever,
in
is
the-
there's a
anything
lot wrong with that.
Why?
in the image of their dad, and she's probably missing her dad. I don't know. It's just some kind of psycho. You have to talk to a therapist about that.
21 and 65 is a little ridiculous.
Yeah, but y'all older men like younger women and praise
No,
up
we
younger
don't.
women.
No, the hell we don't.
My daughter's 21.
Okay.
22.
Yeah, no, nobody want nobody watching Peppa Pig after you done slept with them.
Yeah, I don't just see. There's not a lot in common.
Waking up with allergies and 2 o'clock in the afternoon talking about they want some cereal.
Yeah, dog.
And putting on the lace front and some lashes. I'm cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, 21, she's older. She graduated from Harvard. She went to a very prestigious college.
Ain't nobody
She's
gonna be
educated.
listen to Pound Town before church.
Oh, well. Oh,
Too
my
old for that
God.
kind of foolishness.
Well, I think, honey, let that child live, honey, and that man is rich. At least she's not messing with no broke man. She learned from her mama. Her dad was rich when her mama was with him. So, hey.
No, she
do
got
what you gotta
issues,
do.
and you a borderline pedophile at that point.
Yeah, and then
Well.
got your grandchildren clothes mixed up with hers.
Well, bless her soul. Well, Okie, honey, do what you got to do, child, because, honey, hey, people going to say something to say when it's older men. I've been doing it for years, honey, so let this younger woman, Nicole, what's her name? The girl that was the guest model, honey, she was married. She was a white woman over here. She was married to a 90-year-old man, and she was 30. So, and, he was filthy rich. So, get the money, honey, put him to sleep at night, and, honey, go out to the club.
21 is just barely legal, though. And then you think he old enough to be her granddaddy, not her father, literally.
It's borderline pedophile.
Yeah, well.
Trying to get her dressed for the NAACP Image Awards, you got to remind her to brush her teeth. I ain't got time.
Oh, Lord. Moving on, y'all, and other celebrity news, y'all. Rapper J. Cole, y'all, now he fired back, y'all, with that 7-minute drift, honey, in response to the surprise dish, y'all, from Kendrick Lamar, honey, amid at, it was a big old mess, but they're saying now there's an apology going on, and I'm glad, y'all, when J. Cole apologized, because, people need to apologize. And I think he was talking about Kendrick saying something about, was it transgender or something in the family or what have you. And he put it on the diss track. Well, now he's apologizing to it. So, congratulations. There will not be a shooting or anything like that. So, we're glad, honey. Well, you know how y'all these
Brad, don't you think that's a weird beef? Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, they seem like the most empowering, uplifting MCs. And it just seems odd that they would even be going back and forth.
Nah, it's not weird. It's just hip hop.
Wow. I was really surprised that those two of all people.
Yeah, because they both really, really lyrical. And they,
I ain't gonna lie, man.
Sometimes it's just a competition. And if you heard them go back and forth, it's very entertaining. I mean, if the lyrics and, in the records and the diss songs, just as long as it stay on the records is when it's good.
Yep, so there you go. So they friends again, and good luck, and congratulations to both of them, y'all. And while we congratulating everybody, remember last month they were saying that Real Housewives of Atlanta cast member Portia Williams, honey, accused her wonderful estranged husband, Nigerian businessman Simon Guobadia, of changing the locks, honey, on their Georgia mansion and refusing to vacate the premises within 30 days of her divorce filing in compliance with their prenuptial agreement. Well, Simon is accusing Portia of abandoning the mansion and the marriage, and, honey, only returning after filing an emergency motion, y'all, to put him, y'all, out of that mansion. Honey. It's amazing how people fighting over these men, how rich people fighting over
Who
mansions.
out the mansion?
Simon, he's saying Portia did. So he said Portia abandoned, and now it's going back and forth, but they're saying Portia's husband, a strange husband, is fighting, y'all, her request, honey, for exclusive access to their beautiful marital mansion after she accused him, y'all, of changing the laws when she filed for divorce. Now, in the document exclusively obtained, y'all, by Radar Online, they're saying that Simon, honey, denied removing his ex from the mansion, arguing, y'all, that he purchased it using his own damn money before their marriage, while adding, honey, that the Real Housewives of Atlanta star has a separate $1.8 million mansion nearby, honey, that she can live in. And that's what a lot of people are saying too. Portia got her own mansion. Won't you go live in her mansion and leave Simon and his mansion alone? Well, they said Simon said that, honey, he's been the sole payor of the purchase and, honey, expenses on the mansion since over a year before they said I do. He said while he admitted, y'all, that she moved, honey, into the property before they wed, Simon charged that this is the only home he has, y'all, in the United States of America. This is his only mansion, y'all. And Simon informed the court, y'all, that he remained in the marital house with his children during the divorce, adding that Portia has since moved back into her marital residence since filing for an emergency hearing, y'all. And they're saying in the documents filed on recently, they're saying Portia has the option to live comfortably in her $1.8 million home located, honey, in Gwinnett City. Now, Georgia, where she's been the sole owner since 2016. Now, they're saying despite Portia's claim, Simon further argued out that she and her daughter were never displaced, and they always had a damn mansion to live in, so he don't know what's going on, y'all, but it's amazing how people fight over mansions and stuff like that, and some folks don't even have a place to live, honey. Drugs and crime spreading on the street. People can't even find enough to eat. But nevertheless,
Portia call y'all back. Portia call you back.
Pat, who, Brad? Did she call you back?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. She's okay, right?
Well, Simon just said she got a $1.8 million mansion down the street.
What Simon says.
Oh,
She okay though.
She okay? Oh, good. We don't listen to Simon.
Simon says.
Yeah, Simon just said. All right, the color today, honey, is eclipse. On the high end, you say eclipse, and on the low end, you say beautiful red and green. That's your color for today. Y'all wear those colors, honey, for the eclipse tonight.
There it is. Y'all give it up for Gary with the T.
You're checking out the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Turn it up.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news. It's what's trending now.
Now, everybody's talking about today's eclipse, which crosses into Texas at 1:27 Central and ends in Maine about an hour later at 3:35 p.m. Eastern. And the path of the eclipse crosses over a few cities and towns with perfect names: Shadowland, Texas, Moon, Oklahoma, and Eclipse Island in Canada. How about that?
How about that? Now, some Christian influencers have also been claiming 7 biblical cities named Nineveh were on the path, that it meant the apocalypse was coming. It's actually passing through 2 towns with that name. And a handful of people will get to brag about seeing the eclipse from 30,000 feet up. Delta scheduled a flight from Austin to Detroit that aligns with the path of totality. Oh, I would be scared to see that. The last few seats sold for more than $1,100 one way.
Can you imagine being on a plane in total darkness? That's crazy. Now, as a precaution, some schools around the country canceled classes today, partly because they didn't want to be responsible for kids staring at the eclipse and hurting their eyes. And now conspiracy theorists have also been telling people to just stare at the eclipse with no eye protection because, of course, they have. Not sure who needs to hear this, but please don't do that. Also, NASA felt the need to debunk the myth that you can't eat during an eclipse. The idea is that it somehow poisons food because the radiation from the sun is different. That's not true either, so feel free to pop some popcorn while you watch it.
Now, from an astrology point of view, what does eclipse mean? And joining us this morning is a spiritual influencer, Tiffany Nicole. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, I want to ask you, how powerful is the particular eclipse and what does it mean for people?
Okay, so this is so amazing to talk about this eclipse because of the time we're in right now. And to just speak on just the power, and we say radiation and those things, I think it gets us kind of like in an anxiety place, like, oh my God, what to expect? But naturally, the earth moves all the time. And so, but this is a special moment because it is powerful, because what is actually happening is the earth is passing through the sun and the moon. And so that is like amazing in itself, what gives off high vibration and a season of karma, because what is happening is dark and light is passing each other. So, yeah, I hope that answered that question.
Oh, yeah, that's really cool, Tiffany. You know, one thing that we hear a lot of people say, a term that's used, is Mercury retrograde, and we're currently in retrograde. How does that play into what's happening with the eclipse?
So that is even bigger and what makes the energy even stronger, because we also experience Mercury retrograde about 4 times a year. And what happened does Mercury retrograde, the Mercury is traveling backwards in the sky, so it appears. So it's just an illusion. And it gives us an opportunity to connect with ourselves, to reflect on our life, and to really slow down and take better options and better decisions and better choices. So all of these things that's happening is kind of putting us in a space of self-reflection, so we can know how to just sit. A lot of times we try to control, like, what to do next? Well, we're scared, we this, we that. And it's karmatic energies. Whatever karma you put out shall come back. We can't control anything else, and I think the planets do a good thing with showing us that.
Tiffany, Is there anything that people should not be doing during the actual eclipse or the retrograde?
I think people should not be over as obsessing. I think we should enjoy. I think if you are moved to go outside, like God is always in control. And so in that space of just surrendering and allowing God to do what God's going to do, because that's the ultimate creator, we find comfort in just doing whatever we feel good in. You may want to go outside and sit in the grass and ground yourself. You may want to stay in your house and meditate. You may want to I suggest sitting in thankfulness and just kind of sitting in the space of just reflecting on who we are, where we've gone, and where we're going to go to. Because change is going to happen, and that's the most scary part, because sometimes we don't know what's going to happen with change. But that's letting go, like relinquishing the ego and just kind of flowing with life and trusting and faith, you know?
So, Tiffany, what does it actually mean when we are in retrograde?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's a good question. And so with that question, Mercury is slowed down. And when Mercury is slowed down, it's in a planet of that Virgo energy. And if you know any Virgos, they're very particular. So a lot of times it says that Mercury make us pay attention to our communication style. You may hear all the time, they say, don't fly during Mercury retrograde because flying may be interrupted. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Right. So how does the eclipse affect like my horoscope? Like I'm a Leo.
Oh, Leo. Let me tell you, Leo. I'm always excited to talk to a Leo. So with this eclipse, the Leo sign would be affected in a way where it'll bring opportunity and personal growth. The expansion of travel, education, exploring new belief system, pretty much what I was just talking about. And the cool thing that you said about a Leo, because Leo does have take charge and the people follow energy.
This is some really, really good information. Tiffany, let everybody know how you can be reached. Because I'm sure people have questions. They into stuff like that. Let everybody know how they can find you on social media.
Okay, so you can find me on social media. It's so crazy because you won't see a lot of this, just a little bit if you pay attention. But you can find me on any social media platform by Tiffany Nicole. And Tiffany is Tiffane and then Nicol. So it's Tiffany Nicole. Yes.
No, go ahead.
So it's Tiffany Nicole on any platform or TiffanyNicole.com, which will take you right to my page, and you just learn everything about Tiffany when it comes to spiritual growth. I just believe in operating influential energy, and that just naturally come from God. And so when we just pay attention to everything, I just want to highlight the date. Today is April 4th, which is 488, and then we have 24. And so 4 is the number of power, support, love. So this is a time to embrace and to be empathy and recognize a lot of empathy, give empathy, love on people, because people emotions is going to be at an all-time high right now. And so we have to operate in the space of empathy and remember those numbers, 444. It's a sign of protection, and your angels are here, and God's people is in position to do what they need to do.
That's good. Yeah. So Special K, for those of y'all who's not going to be able to look at the eclipse with your naked eyes, Special K, give us the strip club that's going to be open if you want to see a real eclipse.
Okay.
You stupid.
He said Magic City.
You say I plead the fifth on that one.
Magic City will be open to Rolex in South Florida. Be open Peeping Toms in Dallas.
Yeah.
Cheetahs. I think KOD closed. I'm so sorry. If y'all want to see a real eclipse, well, you don't need need those glasses. So y'all make sure y'all. Or you could just watch Dish Nation during the commercial break. When Brad Makeup, what's the name, Gary?
Cherry.
Cherry, Makeup Madness by Cherry.
Yes, sir. When Cherry walked by, boy, we said that eclipse is real. That's the eclipse rehearsal right there. All right, thank you, Tiffany. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we really appreciate you, man. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. We went to went to Disney on yesterday. For the weekend, and we had a great, awesome, fabulous time. And, we had the grandkids, all the kids, everybody brought their families. Maria, your beautiful family.
Thank you. We had so much fun.
Oh, man, just to see you and your family. Special K decided that he don't like his kids. He ain't bring his kids.
Well, my kids are grown and booed up. They didn't want to go with me.
No, they
didn't want to go.
They text. No, they didn't. They did. Anyway, it was real. It's just to do them like that, man. It's heartbreaking. We're about to call defects.
Okay. Well, I told them Uncle Ricky didn't want to pay for their room, so hey, there you go. Since you want to put people out there.
Beyonce had your beautiful family there, and it was just great to have all the kids there. And so we were all in a van, and situations arose. And Beyonce, Aloysius, that's one of the producers of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. We just have different parenting styles, and I've been trying to mentor since the baby's been born. Mm-hmm. And man, it was just good to be in situations with them. Because your theory is, what do you say, soft parenting? What do you call it?
I mean, some people
gentle
call
parenting.
It gentle parenting.
Yeah. And your definition of gentle parenting is?
We do a point system because in school, Chance, my son, he has ADHD, so he gets kind of hyper. So it's like a motivational thing. So he gets points when he does good. So if a teacher will send me like his color. And so if he gets a pink, which is like top of the class, he gets 20 points. If he gets an orange, he loses points. So that's kind of how we discipline.
Yeah. Now let me tell you something. Wow. It was funny because when I was when I was speaking to her other son and trying to redirect because he didn't want to sit on the front row of the van where his mother told him to sit. And so he was about to throw a tantrum. And while I was trying to get him to calm down and let him know that this is where you will be seated and you don't get to choose where you sit because she already given you direction as to where to sit, and sitting in that spot where she told you to sit is not going to kill you. You'll be okay. Chance was making a little comment. He was heckling me, especially while I was trying to get his brother straight, and he kept saying little stuff and looking out the window. And I almost jumped out that damn van. And I couldn't laugh because I'm trying to kind of discipline and let the baby know what he gonna do. Cause how old is 7?
He's 4.
7 is 4.
Chance was throwing shots.
And Chance was throwing shots. He was saying little stuff. He would make little smart ass comments and look out the window because his ADHD was getting. Special K, when I tell you there was one, and I'm trying to hold. Who was in the van? Maria, was you in the van? Who was in the van?
We all were in the van.
We were all in the van.
Girl, what was your thoughts when the older son kept saying little stuff and looking out the window because the ADHD kept.
I was really getting nervous. I'm like, no, he's not, honey. And Beyonce was just sitting there, and you still sitting there trying to talk to 7, honey, while he crying the whole time. And Chance was just sitting there. I was like, all right, now, Chance.
Because Ricky would be like, Ricky would tell 7 something, and then Chance would be like, that's right, you better listen.
And I said, be quiet, I'm not talking to you. He said, not talking to you.
Like the owl.
Yeah. He was like the little owl. He just kept repeating me and saying little stuff. And then he'll look out the window when I get ready to get in his face for saying something. He'll look out the window as if he didn't say nothing at all, knowing he throwing in a little slick. Man, and Beyonce sitting behind him was crying, laughing. And I'm trying to talk to. So when I got in not 7, 7's face, I said, listen, you're gonna sit right here and get him to accept the fact that this is the spot where you're going to be seated, and we're not going to explain to you why or nothing else. That's just it. And I said, but when I talked to him, here's the positive part. When I talked to him and got in his face and said, stop crying. That's no reason for you to cry. Straighten your face up. You're going to be fine. I said, look at me. I'm not crying. And when I said that, he kind of looked at me and got some confidence. Mm-hmm. And he wiped his face, and I told him how to wipe. You know how you wipe your face when you come from up under the water in the swimming pool? We don't need no tissue. We ain't finna baby. wipe your face. He wiped his face. And then I looked at him, he looked me in the eye, and his chest and his shoulders went up with some confidence. I said, "You a big boy. You don't have to sit with your mother on the van. She's sitting right behind you. Turn around, sit up straight, put your seatbelt on. Do you understand?" And he looked at me. He said, "Yes, sir." I said, "Okay, sit back and relax, because Mickey Mouse is not going to be happy." And then the other ones jumped in. He said, "Mickey Mouse." I said, "Shut up right now."
Finance, wealth, and growth. It's Money Mondays on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show is Money Monday. Storm season has started, and storms destroyed over $66 billion in assets in North America last year. Now, this year is expected to be an even more active hurricane season. I've been getting that information from a lot of guys, a lot of my friends in South Florida. Now, we got our money expert on, Janai Thorne, is here to share valuable information on how we can probably protect and insure our homes and valuables. Janai, good morning. So happy to have you this morning, and just to talk about that, what's one of the first things that we should do if you have experienced a loss from a storm, fire, flood, etc.?
Rickey, it's really important. The first thing you want to do is make sure if your surroundings are safe enough, you want to make sure you assess your own damage and take as many pictures and videos as you can. Now, after that, you want to contact your insurance company. If you have a relationship with your agent, which is really important, you want to contact them and call that 1-800 number to begin the claims process. And then last, it's really important that we have our insurance company app on our cell phone. That gives us more direct access to our insurance company.
Now, Janai, why is it important to inventory what you have in your house or your apartment?
See, Brad, what a lot of people don't realize is, say you have $100,000 in contents coverage to cover your furniture and clothing and all the items in your house. Your insurance company is not going to write you a check for $100,000. You have to prove what you own. And the best way to prove it is by videos and also by photos. So, again, you have to be able to tell your own story. You can't tell them that you had 10 TVs. You have to show them that you had 10 TVs. So taking a personal inventory at least once a year is really important.
That's good stuff. You know, I've personally had to file a claim, so it's just a process in itself, especially when you're talking to the insurance adjuster. So what are some tips on how to prepare for that conversation with the insurance adjuster after you filed a claim?
Well, you know, Maria, what's interesting about this is this can be kind of a sticky situation with the adjuster because they're the one who has the power to determine how much you're going to get reimbursed. So we want to be respectful. We want to be friendly, and we also want to be prepared. Please make their job easier. Please fulfill all the deadlines, meet all the deadlines that they give you, any pictures or documentation that they need from you. Please take notes during all of your phone calls and meetings with them. And lastly, when they come to your house to assess the damage, make sure that they're also assessing areas that don't look like they've been directly impacted, just in case you don't have an issue in another part of your house that you're not aware of.
Oh, my God, this is some good information. Now, why is it so important to do an annual policy review with your insurance company?
Because, Rickey, think about it this way. Things are changing. If you update your kitchen, get a new bathroom, have some major update in your house, your insurance provider needs to know that because your coverage may need to change. Also, What a great way just to kind of check in with them to say, hey, you know, what's going on with the company? Because as you notice, a lot of companies are leaving certain places. Louisiana, Florida, California, a lot of insurance companies are leaving. You want to make sure that you're aware of what's happening with them and if they're having any policy changes and also if their prices are going up.
Janai, what is the Clue report, and why is it important to check it at least annually?
You know, it's interesting. A lot of people don't know what a Clue report is. It's kind of like a credit report for your insurance claims. So you want to make sure that you're going to check your Clue report once a year because you want to make sure no one else's information is on your report. Very easy to do. You can call 866-312-8076. Again, 866-312-8076 to check your Clue report and see all the claims that you filed for your homeowners and car insurance.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
Information.
Yeah. Just real quick, Janab, I'm curious to know what insurance companies are the best at paying claims.
Okay, so we always focus on insurance by how much it costs, but you want to know who's good at paying claims. Here are your top 5. American Family, State Farm, Liberty Mutual, Allstate, and Progressive. They're the best at paying claims.
There it is. Janai, as always, thank you so much with this helpful information. So if people have any questions or need help, where can they follow you?
You can always follow me at Janai Thornton. That's JINITHORNTON. And ladies, you can join my free money community at thankmelater.money. Y'all have an amazing Money Monday, everybody.
Hey, you too, Janai. Thank you so much, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, Janai Thornton.
Entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 25 after the hour, front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. A third construction worker who died in the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore was found on Friday morning. 38-year-old Maynard Sandoval was discovered by divers around 10:30 a.m., just hours before President Biden visited the site of the disaster and met with the victims' families. The bodies of 3 more victims have yet to be recovered. In related news, the Baltimore Ravens and Baltimore Orioles announced they have donated $10 million towards a fund for those impacted by the bridge collapse. The fund provides support of to families, port workers, small businesses, first responders, and the communities impacted by the disaster. In other news, the Reverend Dr. Cecil L. Chip Murray, an influential pastor and civil rights leader, has died. He was 94 years old. He died of natural causes, according to his son, Drew Murray. In 1992, Murray was a calming presence during the Rodney King riots. He used his connections with the city's political and business leaders to raise money for recovery efforts, including loans for businesses and assistance for people displaced by the violence. Lastly, a single ticket sold in Portland, Oregon, won Saturday's $1.326 billion Powerball jackpot. Now, the winner will have the option to take a cash payout of $621 million. What are the odds? I'm Maria Moore, and that's what's happening in news. For updates and more headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what's going on in sports?
Maria, let me tell you why South Carolina, Dawn Staley, is so awesome, man. Women's champion in women's college basketball. 3rd title. They beat Iowa last night. If you guys didn't watch it, that completes a perfect season for South Carolina. They are 109-3 since 2021 and 2022 season.
That's crazy.
Let me tell you what else is crazy. They lost all 5 starters last year that went into the WNBA draft, so she had to start fresh with 5 new starters this year, went undefeated, won the championship. Head coach Dawn Staley, one of the greatest of all time.
So I'm so incredibly happy for our players. It doesn't always end like you want it to end. Much like last year, I'm super proud of our fans. I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's unbelievable.
And she wanted to put some respect on Caitlin Clark's name as well.
And I want to personally thank Caitlin Clark for lifting up our sport. She carried a heavy load for our sport. Caitlin Clark, if you're out there, you are one of the GOATs of our games, that we appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Classy.
sir. Yeah, very classy. Very classy, man. And you know, for what it's worth, she is, man. What she's been able to do, she's smashed all the records. Statistically, she will probably go down as the greatest.
Oh, they put that young lady named Rachel on Kayla, and she locked her down.
Oh, that was Raven Johnson.
Raven.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she locked her down. That's some real. She put that D. How many times she stole the ball? About 3 times.
Man, Caitlin had 18 points in the first quarter. Then they put Raven Johnson on it, and she had 3 in the second quarter. So,
man, that's crazy.
But she did finish with 30 in the game, but it just wasn't enough, man. So big ups to South Carolina. We got the men's championship tonight, Purdue versus UConn, the 2 best teams in men's college hoops. This is the battle of the 2 big men.
I got Purdue.
You got Purdue. You got Zach Edey. UConn.
Yeah. They got Frankenstein on there.
Zach Edey, man. But UConn, Donovan Clingan is also a giant too, dog. I got UConn winning this whole thing. They're gonna be back-to-back champions.
Man, come on, Purdue. Give me $10.
$10. Let's go.
Purdue.
Bet.
Dave, who you got?
I got UConn. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Rock, but UConn.
Because I'm the sports team.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow. Pay up $10.
Yes, sir. There it is, man. Hey, follow me on social media at Rock T Holla. You can tell me who you got tonight. It is what it is. Brad got the hot spot right now.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, y'all, it's time for the hot spot. What up, Brad?
What up, Ricky?
Mic on. There you go.
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Actor Jonathan Majors is scheduled to be sentenced today in a New York court for assaulting his former girlfriend, a conviction that has already derailed the once rising star's career. The actor could be sentenced to a year in prison, but also could just receive probation after a Manhattan jury in December found him guilty of misdemeanor assault. Lawyers for Majors and Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg declined to say ahead of the hearing what punishment they'll seek from a judge today. Meanwhile, Diddy is currently negotiating a number of lawsuits stemming from allegations of sexual abuse, harassment, and misconduct, giving filmmakers plenty of material to document his proliferating troubles. It has been reported that at least 5 production companies from the UK and the US are in the process of compiling Diddy's recent troubles into documentaries. Among these outlets is Hulu, who severed ties with him last year while they were working on reality TV series with him called Diddy Plus 7. Now, a number of his former associates, label executives, show producers, dancers, former security guards, and ex-girlfriends have been contacted to share their experiences with Diddy. And y'all, Beyonce's album Cowboy Carter debuts at #1 on the Billboard 200 charts, moving 407,000 equivalent album units earned in the United States for the week ending April 4th. This marks Beyonce's 8th #1 debut on the Billboard 200. It also marks the biggest week for an album so far in 2024 and the biggest since Taylor Swift's 1989 Taylor's version, which debuted with 1.653 million units in November. Also, Beyonce has become the first black woman to ever top the top country albums list, which was created in 1964. That's crazy. So congratulations to Beyonce. Now, Jennifer Lewis, she's from Blackish. She claims that Donald Trump will be putting people in camps. That's concentration camps, that is, if he is reelected. And she also called him Hitler. She began by calmly discussing voter apathy, but then she appeared to lose her temper when discussing Trump and Trump voters. She said this expletive is Hitler. Lewis continued in saying that the current Republican frontrunner would tear the Constitution up in our faces. He will punish everybody that didn't vote for him. Later, she said that if Trump were reelected, as soon as he takes the oath, he will have generals walk down the steps of the Capitol. Ooh.
He said he was
I believe that.
He
said it
too.
He said that he would institute basically martial law to put down any protests if he gets elected.
Yeah.
I mean, military in the street.
I can tell you this. I have never heard a Republican candidate go as hard as Trump is going right now to get black voters. Like, not in all of my 46 years of living. These spots that they got running on black radio it is crazy. And then, he came out saying that he wants to leave abortion up to the states. So that kind of put cold water on the fact that he might, make abortion illegal, like, nationwide. So he's just playing the fence. It's crazy to watch it all unfold.
Yeah, but I believe that a lot of suburban moms and women, Republicans that care about women's health and having the right to choose what they do with their bodies and or whatever, and you got a lot of Republicans that want to protect the Constitution, that believe in democracy, and they're going to stand up and they're not going to either vote for him or they're going to vote for Joe Biden. And I think he's hurting himself in that way. Because how do you, if you incumbency, you have more power and more influence. It's hard to beat incumbency, and he was beaten by Joe Biden from the last presidential election, and I think it's going to happen again or whatever. And I think that a lot of states has come into play. Florida, North Carolina, a lot of states that was not in play has come into play. And I know he's definitely not going to win Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, and Pennsylvania, and I don't see him winning those states because
Arizona.
He just don't have that George W. Bush factor. How Bush carried a lot of those states playing in the middle. He's too far to the right, He's too radical, and he's not going to win, but we have to get out and vote. That's it. All right. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
I'm Mark Morial. I serve as President and Chief Executive Officer of the National Urban League, and I'm bringing you the state of Black America. Over the last 3 decades, the state of Tennessee has shortchanged Tennessee State University by a staggering $2.1 billion, according to a federal study. Unsurprisingly, TSU has faced many challenges in maintaining financial stability. But instead of responding by honoring its legal obligation to equitably fund the university, the state of Tennessee has chosen to dissolve Board of Trustees of Tennessee State University. It's hard to find a more blatant example of blaming the victim. TSU, like other HBCUs, was created by state lawmakers in response to an 1890 ultimatum. Admit black students to existing land-grant universities or create a separate institution. Federal law required a just and equitable division of funds between the two. But in year after year, in budget after budget, the state of Tennessee continually allocated more funding per student and more funding overall to the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, than to Tennessee State University. In the last 5 years alone, the state has spent an average of $2,206 more per student at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville than at TSU. And this is what Channel 5 in Nashville has found. Despite this fact, the legislature has acknowledged its failure to comply with the state law. The head of the Senate Education Committee in the state of Tennessee responded to the report by accusing the Education and Agricultural departments of using TSU to stoke political and racial division in our state. His response is familiar to those of the lost cause mythology permeated before the Civil Rights era, falsely labeling segregation and those that fought to end it and secure voting rights as outside agitators. This is a modern lost cause rationale, known in some circles as the anti-woke. It doesn't pretend that black Americans are content to live under racism. It claims that racism doesn't even exist. The state of Tennessee's solution to racially discriminatory funding of its universities isn't to provide equitable funding, it's to shut down any discussion of it. We must stand up for the integrity of historically black colleges and universities. After all, public universities are paid for by our tax dollars as well, and it provided an education to legions of men and women over the years who've gone on to do great things in American life. We must stand up to these bullies, these bigots, and these pretenders who want to once again attack these historic institutions that have made a difference. More on this in the weeks to come. Once again, I'm Mark Morial, bringing you the state of Black America. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Mark Morial, and I'll see you next week on the radio.